Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Brought to ruin. After the revolution, the aristocracy was finished. Ended or brought to an end. Are you finished? Having a surface coating or finish applied. The finished bookcase costs much more than the unfinished ones. Of materials or goods, brought to the desired final state. A finished product. Of skills or the products of skills, brought to or having the greatest excellence, perfected. A dazzling and finished piece of writing. Doomed to extinction. Destroyed physically or morally. Brought to ruin. The unsuccessful run for office left him ruined politically and economically. Destroyed physically or morally. Spoiled or ruined or demolished. War left many cities destroyed. Without qualification. Used informally as, often pejorative, intensifiers. A complete coward. Perfect and complete in every respect, having all necessary qualities. A complete gentleman. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. The harvesting was complete. Highly skilled. A complete musician. Write all the required information onto a form. Complete a pass. Come or bring to a finish or an end. She completed the requirements for her master's degree. Complete or carry out. Bring to a whole, with all the necessary parts or elements. A child would complete the family. Having every necessary or normal part or component or step. A complete meal. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. Having finished or arrived at completion. Certain to make history before he's done. Cooked until ready to serve. Having no further concern with. Done with gambling. Getting higher or more vigorous. It's an up market. To a later time. They moved the meeting date up. Spatially or metaphorically from a lower to a higher position. Look up. Out of bed. Up by 7 each morning. Extending or moving toward a higher place. The up staircase. Being or moving higher in position or greater in some value. Being above a former position or level. The anchor is up. Open. The windows are up. Raise. Up the ante. Used of computers, operating properly. How soon will the computers be up? Used up. Time is up. Usually followed by on, or for, in readiness. He was up on his homework. To a higher intensity. He turned up the volume. To a more central or a more northerly place. Was transferred up to headquarters. Relating to or characteristic of the end of a century, especially the end of the 19th century. Fin de siècle art. The end of a century, especially the 19th century. Improper or even offensive. Out of the way remarks. Exceptional, unusual, or remarkable. Out of the way information. dealt with, disposed of. Remote from populous or much-traveled regions. They found a quiet out-of-the-way resort. Improper or even offensive. Exceptional, unusual, or remarkable. Dealt with, disposed of. I'm so relieved that my midterm is out of the way. Remote from populous or much-traveled regions. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. The affair is over, ended, finished. Throughout a period of time. Stay over the weekend. Over the entire area. The wallpaper was covered all over with flowers. Cricket, the division of play during which 6 balls are bowled at the batsman by one player from the other team from the same end of the pitch. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. The abruptly terminated interview. Of e.g. a contract or term of office, having come to an end. Having finished or arrived at completion. After the treatment, the patient is through except for follow-up. Throughout the entire extent. Got soaked through in the rain. Of a route or journey, etc. Continuing without requiring stops or changes. A through street. Having finished or arrived at completion. Almost through with his studies. Having no further concern with. He was through with school and he was through with family. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. Over the entire area. The wallpaper was covered all over with flowers. To or in any or all places. Looked all over for a suitable gift. Having come or been brought to a conclusion. The affair is over, ended, finished. Relating to or characteristic of the end of a century, especially the end of the 19th century. Marked by excessive self-indulgence and moral decay. Having sections or patches colored differently and usually brightly. The painted desert. Coated with paint. Freshly painted lawn furniture. Having makeup applied. Brazen painted faces. Lacking substance or vitality as if produced by painting. In public he wore a painted smile. Of lumber or stone, to trim and smooth. Dressed or clothed especially in fine attire, often used in combination. Neatly dressed workers. Dressed in fancy or formal clothing. Treated with medications and protective covering. Of grains especially rice, having the husk or outer layers removed. Polished rice. Of lumber or stone, to trim and smooth. Showing a high degree of refinement and the assurance that comes from wide social experience. His polished manner. Perfected or made shiny and smooth. His polished prose. Of market animals, made ready for market. Subject to or used in the process of finishing or fattening up for slaughter. A fattening hog. Music, without breaks between notes, smooth and connected. Of a body of water, free from disturbance by heavy waves. A smooth channel crossing. Make, a surface, shine. Make smooth or smoother, as if by rubbing. Smooth the surface of the wood. Free from obstructions. Smooth the way towards peace negotiations. Smoothly agreeable and courteous with a degree of sophistication. The manager pacified the customer with a smooth apology for the error. Smooth and unconstrained in movement. A long, smooth stride. Having a surface free from roughness or bumps or ridges or irregularities. Smooth skin. Lacking obstructions or difficulties. The bill's path through the legislature was smooth and orderly. Of the margin of a leaf shape, not broken up into teeth. The act of smoothing. He gave his hair a quick smooth. Of motion that runs or flows or proceeds without jolts or turbulence. A smooth ride. Freed from impurities by processing. Prepared or converted from a natural state by subjecting to a special process. Processed ores. Subjected to a special process or treatment. Processed cheeses are easy to spread.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.